great that we're all here together and we have this time together, and, you know, to be able to share everything to do with our bioenergy. It's amazing to get to have this time together, you know. So guys, really welcome to this evening. You know, it's amazing that we have this space, that we have this connection with each other, and that we have this openness to sharing about bioenergy. So, you know, for anyone watching in, my name is Helen O'Flynn. I'm the Managing Director with the Bioenergy Academy of Dublin. Delighted to be here this evening with our amazing students and soon to be graduates of our Bioenergy Diploma course, who are going to really just share about their experience to do with bioenergy, you know, how it is having bioenergy in their lives and the benefits that they've found from it, you know, and their hopes and dreams of what they can do with their bioenergy in the future as well, and what it's like learning in this, because, you know, if you may have seen bioenergy take place and it could be arms all over the place and this type of thing, and it's like, what is it actually about? So that's what we're going to go through a little bit this evening. So, you know, if anybody is checking in on us, feel free to jump in and ask questions. That's what we're here for as well, you know, to share the learning, share the knowledge, get the message out there of what this treatment can do, and what, you know, this support of this program that we bring people through, bring our students through, can do in your life as well. You know, and our students, everyone that you see here, you know, we had one of these Facebook Lives yesterday evening with some more of our students from our current class as well. Like, everyone here that you see is ready to bring this out into the world. You know, you already are, you're all already doing that, everyone who's here with me, you know, through the sessions that you're doing with people as you work through your case studies. But it's just amazing to see and think about what you can do now and what you are going to do with this in the future. And I'm so delighted that we're going to get to share this knowledge and information this evening. And we also have our wonderful team member, Aga, here, who, as always, thank you so much for being here, Aga, as well. So, guys, I'm going to hand over to you to just talk us through your experience and, you know, your knowledge, and to share, you know, we're all sharing from our heart space this evening as well. Louise, if you're okay if I come to you first, so just, you know, what's brought you to bioenergy? What attracted you to it? How did you end up with bioenergy on your path?
I'll go first there, Helen, no problem. So I suppose for me, my background's in psychology. So I've always seen us as much more than we believe that we are. And then, as I said, I've looked into holistic therapies for the last number of years. And then a friend of mine trained in bioenergy about 6 years ago. So I started going to her, and my family did, and friends did. And we were, I could amazed at the results. And on a physical level, from ailments and allergies and colds and other illnesses that were able to be worked on and moved through the body. I also, because of my background in psychology, I suppose I have very much an interest in where trauma gets held in the body. And I found bioenergy to be a fantastic tool to use to help people to move through that and to let go of traumas and experiences that they've gone through their life, which I personally got to benefit from, my friend as well. So that's what really brought me through it. I found it a great healing modality to use. So then I suppose the option came up on Facebook. I saw to do the weekend course with yourselves for family and friends. And I thought that was it. That's all I wanted to do. And then I had the opportunity to do that weekend. And I found the course so easy to do. And, you know, we got to work straight away. And even over that weekend, we were able to use the bioenergy on ourselves. And my dad was waiting for me to finish that weekend, which was brilliant. So when I did that and I saw how easy it was to learn and work through, and how yourself and Aga were such great trainers, I decided then I wanted to go on and do the diploma in it and get this tool into my toolkit to use for people going forward.
And here you are now. Look at the amazingness you've been doing with your practice, you know, full on practice for you through the course as well since you started.
Yeah,
thanks so
really
much.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, thanks Louise, thanks for sharing. Niamh, how about you? So what has brought bioenergy to you, and, you know, what's led you on this journey?
In truth, Facebook algorithm, I'd say, Helen. It's a big swerve for me. I suppose I was teaching, and then in 2018 retrained as a business and life coach, and thought I would continue on with that. And this came up, and I can just see how this, in coaching, we believe that, you know, the client is naturally creative, resourceful and whole. And I think the bioenergy fits into that. You know, it's balancing everything and making people whole, and or rebalancing them, so they can go out and they will get through, let's say, coaching. I believe they will get through a coaching agenda much more quickly. I know myself when I'm balanced. I have better, my perspective is better. You know, I move through things with ease and flow, and everything is an awful lot easier. And I suppose for me, in terms of, I suppose I've been in pursuit of balance for a while, and bioenergy being about balance and release. And I suppose what took me to balance would have been a number of years spent on a fertility journey, with lots of ups and downs that was almost soul destroying at a point. But on that journey, after failed IVF and everything looking desperate, I was very lucky to meet a doctor who believed that if your body is in balance, everything works, that you will get pregnant and hold on to a pregnancy. And luckily with that, and a great acupuncturist, you know, that worked out for me. But it was my body being back in balance and working, and it did what IVF didn't do, which was wonderful. So I'm a great believer in balance in all things, and particularly what the body can do when it is balanced. So yeah, so that's the balance bit, and this is the swerve. Wasn't expecting it. Don't know what kind of picked me to click into the link and not scroll by, but obviously it was meant, and it all fits in really nicely with me, and I'm so happy to be on the course. It would have been the last thing I would have expected to be at back in January, but really, really happy, really happy this has come into my life, see the benefits of it. It's been wonderful. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Thanks, Niamh. Thanks so much for sharing. And you know, your point there has you know, brought to my mind as well about, you know, how with this work we facilitate, you know, our whole ethos is around activating the innate self-healing that we all have within ourselves, you know, and that we facilitate healing, you know, with people that we're working with as well. So everyone has their own, you know, innate healing system, and we have the skills, tools, knowledge, experience, structure, processes, all these things that we have within our training, in our toolkit, to support the activation of that self-healing. And it's really about, you know, I know with your life coaching as well, and you know, Louise, with your work that you do as well, that it's really about empowerment, you know, for the people that we work with. And you know, that message of, you know, we talked about it last night with our, you know, your classmates as well, you know, it's that message of hope that we can give to people as well, you know. And yeah, so it's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, Lorraine, how about you? So what has led you to bioenergy?
Well, I'm also on a bit of a swerve, I suppose. My background is in teaching. I've been teaching for nearly 20 years, but the last couple of years I've just felt a pull to do something else. And I've always been very open to energy and energy work. And over the years, I suppose I would have gone for energy treatments myself. And even with my son, I saw what a huge difference it made to him with his asthma and things like that. And I suppose really it was during COVID, when lockdown came in, I really took time to think about things a little differently and slow down. I got very into meditation, and I did a couple of energy courses just for my own information. And I always thought that I'd love to work in energy, but I didn't know how. I thought that you had to be maybe born with a natural gift or to be able to do that work. So like the others, then it popped up on Facebook for me. It was meant to be, synchronicities and all that. And I looked into it, and it sounded like something I really wanted to do. And I know, Helen, I got in touch with you through email, and you answered my questions, and we had a couple of phone calls. And once you sent me on this prospectus for the course, I just thought, that is it. That is right up my street. All the different things I'd already been doing, meditation and qigong and emotional freedom technique, and all the things that we bring in as well. I just thought, this sounds amazing. And I was delighted to find that anybody can learn how to do this. You don't have to be born with a certain skill or talent, that it's open to everyone to learn. And I'm so delighted that I joined it, because I'm really, really loving the course and the benefits it's bringing to myself and to my family and friends and people that I'm working on. And yeah, it's just been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks, Lorraine. And it, that is a key point. Everybody can do this. Like, everybody has the access. We all have this life force energy, this chi, this prana within us. We all have the access to it. We all, can bring this type of work into our experience in small ways or big ways. I suppose everybody, I say this in our workshops as well, we can all become a pilot to fly a plane if we want to, but we don't all have the interest in it. So it's really just, about having the interest in it as well. And there's lots of people who have the interest in it who want to receive it. And there's lots of people who have the interest in it who want to give it as well as receive it. And I suppose that's what we're about and what we do as practitioners as well. Our interest and our passion and our heart is led to give it as well as wanting to receive it, because we can obviously do swap sessions with each other as well. So yeah, it's huge to have that message and that understanding and that awareness that anyone can do this. I'm sure you guys know as well, with a lot of the tools that you've learned in the course as well, they're for sharing. They're for sharing with your family, your friends, your clients. It's about getting the message out there as wide as possible with, how we can have more control over our health and well-being. Yeah, thanks a million, guys. Okay, Amanda, if you're okay, if I come to you. So what has brought bioenergy onto your path?
Yeah, well, it rings true what you say. I think our conversations before I started the course was you advising that, yeah, anybody can do it, but you have to have the interest. And I think that's where I really had made the decision. I'd explored a couple of different modalities over the last, I suppose, couple of years. But it was trying to find the right blend, the right combination of what I was interested in and, could feel I could apply myself to. And I guess I don't have a huge history with energy work or experience, but yeah, I started, I guess my daughter actually was very involved in the last few years and would have had some energy work done, especially prior to exams, stuff like that. And I could really see the benefits in that regard. So, just, I suppose, doing a little bit more research and like everybody else, bioenergy just kept popping up and just something was calling me to stay with it and just go for it. And I just think, if you can get skills that can help people and avoid, medical interventions or reduce, the need for medication in any way, I think, why not learn those skills and move forward, help whoever you can along the way. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. I watch these videos and it doesn't seem that long ago. I can't believe I'm actually here now as part of them. So yeah, it's flown by. It's been amazing. Yeah.
So you're all amazing, so the work that you've done and the work that you're doing within your practice is amazing. When I see the notes coming through to me from case studies from different students as well, like in the work that you're doing and the results that you're getting, so it's I said it last night to everyone as well, it's down to the hard work that you guys are putting in as well, that you find it amazing because you're using the tools, and that's what it's about. It's putting it into practice, it's living it. And Amanda, what you were talking about there translates over to a bit of what Niamh was saying as well. With, it is back to balance. We need, it's wanting to have balance in our lives and wanting to feel that our foundation is a healthier foundation. Thanks a million, Amanda. Okay, well, you all say, I remember having a phone call with you, and I remember all the chats. I remember all the first phone calls with all of you as well. Okay, thanks a million. Anne-Marie, how about you? So what has brought bioenergy to you?
A little bit probably different to everyone else, but I found bioenergy through pain that I was feeling. I had frozen shoulder and I was experiencing like long-term pain for about 2 years. I started to do a bit of research. I was looking for something complementary or an alternative therapy to, normal day-to-day pain relief. I came across bioenergy. I liked what I saw. I liked what I read. And after, we've done 7, nearly 8 months of the course, and what I know now about pain and where it comes from is completely different to what I thought pain was and where it came from before. It's like how it presents in the body, where it comes from, finding it and releasing it through energy blocks. It's just been absolutely amazing, and it's helped me tremendously. Another reason would be because I work in social care, and I thought it would be help my continued professional practice by, you know, adding something else in to help the clients, help the service users, the staff, and that has just been amazing. I just can't believe that we're nearly finished, and I don't want it to end.
Yeah, no, it is. It's great, and it's a real great connection that everybody gets with each other as well within the group going through the program. Okay, that's amazing. Thanks, Anne-Marie. And look, it's lovely to hear. You know, everybody has different reasons. We're all unique. You know, everybody has a different slant and a different angle of why they've come to it. You know, so it's amazing. Thanks a million. And Ciara, how about you? So, what has brought bioenergy to you as well?
Hi, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm off mute. Yeah, so I used to always get bioenergy sessions done, and I always had a love for energy healing. I did my Reiki and Reiki Masters during the first lockdown, and I thought, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then it's addictive. Then you want to do more. And I didn't think it could have got better, you know, after Reiki. But then with Reiki, you have to be a certain level before you feel or see things and see results. Reiki or bioenergy, our first weekend together, we were doing it on each other, and I could feel, I think Aga was my first lady, and I could feel instantly, you know, the healing. I could feel my mouth, everything. And I also like that when you release the energy, the blocks in yourself, you know, at first you feel quite heavy, but then you feel this, I don't know, euphoric feeling or something. And that lightness, I really like that. So I think bioenergy is probably my favorite so far with all the healing tools. I like the feeling of being light as well.
Yeah, we all love that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Ciara. Thanks a million. And Louise, just to come back to you as well. So what brought you to the academy? Why did you choose us to train with?
Well, I'd looked into it a few times over the years, but I just wasn't drawn to it. But it like that, the more like Niamh said, it's this algorithm. It kept coming up on my Facebook feed, and I'd look into it. And I think I spent a year seeing your link come up before I actually rang you. So just a year. And then I did, and everything about it, I think even from the first call I had with yourself to discuss it, I mean, I was very keen on just doing the weekend course, family and friends. That was it. Didn't need any more. But because I'd received bioenergy so much over the years, and I'd seen such a benefit for myself, for my friends, like that, what Ciara said, the lightness and letting go of things you don't need to hold on to anymore. When the opportunity came up to do that 4-day, it was a great introduction. The 3-day, it was a great introduction. And it just encouraged me to go on to do the diploma course straight away. I think I was in touch with you straight away after it, Helen, to say, yeah, I'm in, because you made it so easy. I mean, it was that weekend, you know, we all worked on each other. We all received, we could all see and feel the benefits. So I knew by going into the diploma, I'd only have the opportunity to explore it more. And it's been brilliant. And
I think it feels easier the more open you are to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's because there's a flow, and you feel you're in the flow with it, you know, a little bit with like that as well. Yeah.
For me, it pulled everything together like that. I've looked at so many and been involved in so many different types of holistic therapies, but bioenergy really grounded everything and brought it all together. So I think everybody's unique in how they deliver it, but they all come with your own, like that toolkit. Into the toolkits.
Yeah. And it is a package, you know, and we need, you know, a whole range of things to be able to look at when we're working with people. It's, you know, it is about bioenergy is at the core of it. It's the foundation of it. But, you know, there's all these other skills and tools that you learn to bring in, you know, to support somebody within their day-to-day well-being, because it's not just about the deep dive release that we get with the bioenergy or do with the bioenergy work. You know, what happens in between. You don't want to be, you know, bioenergy session and then dip down. You know, I need to wait for my next bioenergy session. What are we going to do in the meantime? So it's that education that we can give to others, you know, that we learn ourselves and can pass on to others about all these other things that we can do in the meantime to maintain our energy, have good energy hygiene, good energy, you know, balanced practices, you know.
It is. It's about the empowerment, very much empowering people to be in charge of their own health and well-being as well. So.
Yeah. Thanks, Louise.
Thank you.
Lorraine, how about you? So what drew you to us in particular?
Well, I suppose, like I said, once I looked into the link and researched a little more into it, it just seemed to tick all the boxes for me, with the areas I was interested in. Not only learning to do the bioenergy protocols, but I liked all the extra parts that you talked about, the self-care bits and the things you can share with others, like the EFT, emotional freedom technique, and the qigong to boost the energy, and just all the different things about the self-care. And it just made sense to me, like, and even the the recommended reading list, I found that I'd already read 2 or 3 of the books from it, so it just felt like this is the direction I'm supposed to go. And I've always gotten those good feelings, and in the past I've gone against my good feelings and gotten myself into trouble. So this time I just went to it. It felt like the right thing to do, and the academy it seemed like it had everything that I wanted in the course, and it absolutely has. Definitely hasn't disappointed. I've loved the course more and more as we go through.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Thanks, Lorraine. And it really is about, with this work, not just about like, to do with the course, but, this type of work, it brings us down a path to trust our guidance, our intuition. Our intuition gets so strong with this work anyway, but to trust that so much, and just trust in ourselves and our own truth so much, it really brings you down that path as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I found.
Yeah, thanks a million, Lorraine. Okay, Niamh, how about you? So what made you decide to jump in with us? You're on mute now. I can ask you to, I can just click that there.
All right, my children have just come in.
Right.
Back to the house. The Facebook algorithm, I suppose I had been moving in a direction with an increased interest in there being more to energy than I understood, and I wanted, typical, I suppose, didn't grow out of the toddler stage. If I don't understand something, I want to know why, but why. So when I clicked into the link, like the girls said, there was so much in it. It really kind of drew me further in. Did the Zoom, I think, with you. Thought, this is interesting. And I think that's with a couple of days. I came to it late. I came to it a couple of days before the course actually began. Yeah. So I think I sent you an email and really wanted to know, who recognizes the certificate and who insures it, I think. Because I know my coaching, the International Coaching Federation, recognizes my coaching qualification, and that was important to me to know. And your response was so detailed, so professional. I got a very good feeling about what you gave back to me, and just got a sense of integrity from you between the Zoom call and that. And yeah, I didn't think twice. I didn't give it a second thought after that. You gave me the answers that I was looking for, and the reassurance, and I was happy. And then I more or less presented it to my husband as a fait accompli. I need you to mind the kids for weekends, and it was great to be able to do it. It's probably, for me, it's been the gift of COVID to be able to do this online from home. Has been a gift. It's been a real gift, where you're not away for weekends. Where if we had to travel to Dublin, whatever, I don't think I would have looked at it, Helen. It wouldn't have been for me. But to be able to do it without too much inconvenience to family life on those weekends has been great. Yeah. And I think even you get such a strength in the remote work side of things as well. From doing it this way, you can still practice yourself in person at home, but really getting to the depth of how remote work works as well, and being able to work with that in that way. And to be fair, anytime I would have had a wobble after the first weekend, because I don't know how I ever passed my driving test, because I don't know my left from my right hand, or I now do, thankfully. I had a wobble. I didn't know how I'd ever do it, and you were so reassuring, and you were right. You were right. You said it would come, and it has. So I've been so grateful for that support. It was wonderful. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I think it's always like, if it's in your heart and you want to do it,
you know, whatever blocks or challenges, like you hear me saying triggers, resistance, all this type of stuff, you know, all the time, you know, we work through them, you know, we find out what they're there for. They're trying to protect us for some reason. We find out why, you know, what they're doing there. We talk to them, see you later, and on we go to the next expanded version of ourselves. So yeah, it's amazing. Thanks so much. Okay. I'm so happy you're all here, you know, this connection that we get to have and continue to have as well. Amanda, how about you? So what has made you decide to jump in with us as well? Because I remember our conversations too.
Yeah, mine was very late. And yeah, because I guess I've done it before, I've explored lots of things and I'll talk myself out of them. And, you know, for some reason, yeah, I find it hard to settle on what I actually want to do. But it was different with the bio. I had explored it. I'd watched the videos, the interviews, and yeah, it just seemed that everything was right. And then I had, you know, we had a conversation, and yeah, I trusted what I heard, and I trusted the advice you were giving me, and I knew that, you know, I could work with you for a number of months. And because it was remote, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. And so again, like me, that's a gift, you know, it wouldn't have happened otherwise. And because I work weekends in social care as well. So, you know, it wouldn't have happened. So it's been amazing that things have landed in place. So yeah, you know, just that encouragement all the time, self-belief to keep going. You know, it's a nice class, there's a nice number of students, you know, and everybody gets time. There's, you know, people from all different modalities, and, you know, it's just great to hear everybody's experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I think just, you know, it allows people, you know, the awareness that everybody's individual, and the approach to everybody has to be so individual that, you know, everything is done at its own pace. So you're not feeling pressurized to, you know, keep everything running at the same pace for everybody. Things happen, and they'll happen in their own time, and it just gives you that confidence to just keep going at your own pace, and you'll get there.
I love seeing, thanks Amanda, and I love seeing the confidence coming through so much from you guys and how you talk about this as well. It's just, it's amazing, you know, it's such a good springboard for where you're going to go with it, you know. And Amanda, when you say as well, you watch the videos, you watch the interviews, and look at you now, here you are doing your own one.
This is it. I can't believe it, you know, because it really only feels about a month ago, you know, where I was in that place. And yeah, look, absolutely, anybody that's thinking of it, you'll only become more interested as you move along.
Yeah, just more and more doors open to our knowledge.
Yeah, if you're interested at all, it definitely will. It'll expand. Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks a million. Marie, how about you?
After deciding to go with bioenergy, I can honestly say I am so delighted that I chose the Academy of Dublin. And that was probably down to you, Helen. When I made the decision and phoned you up, there was two questions I asked you. One was, would I have the time, because I work full time? And the other question was, I knew I was going to go through 2 stressful situations in the following months, and I thought the course would have been a hindrance or I would have dropped out of it. But you were so reassuring, and I really trusted the answers like that you gave me. I remember you said you can put as little or as much time into the course as you want or as you can do. But as I've been doing the course, I find that even if you don't have time to be sitting down looking at notes, you're actually living the course.
Yeah.
I drive in my car every day, and whatever car is driving in front of me, I bring in my attention statements and I give love, light, healing, protection to whoever's driving that car in front of me. I do it when I go into work. I give myself protection. I protect the staff and the service users before I go into work. So you're living the energy all the time. And as with the stressful situations, they were a breeze. And that's because in every module we've done, the self-care practices, the meditation, the daily gratitude, there's just so much that has helped me through the last 7 or 8 months, and I couldn't be more grateful. And anyone out there wanting to do bioenergy, the Academy of Dublin is the one.
Oh, thanks, Anne-Marie. Thanks.
You and Aga so much, and the team, and everyone else. Like, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I remember when we had our meet up there a few weeks ago, you saying about your post-its in the car.
Yeah,
and that you're driving along, and that's when you're doing your studies.
Yeah, I have them everywhere. Like, it's just all day, every day. There's something that comes in. Even if you have to get your pendulum out and ask your pendulum a question, or just to connect to the source, you know, your intention statements. It's just all day, every day.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. It's bringing it, being able to bring it into life in a practical way that you can bring it into your life on a day-to-day basis in all shapes and forms, you know. So it's amazing to hear you saying that as well. Yeah, thanks, Anne-Marie. Okay, and Ciara, so what led you to us for bioenergy?
So bio was something that I always wanted to do, and my cousin Paul, he highly recommended you, and he said you have to go with this lady. And Paul is a therapist himself, and I really admired his work. I look up to him in that way. And then one day, about 2 weeks maybe after Paul had said it to me, it came up on Facebook, and then he tagged me, and I looked, but because it was so close to my wedding, I said, oh no, it's probably a bit too much stress, I wouldn't be able to. But I made the phone call, and I have to agree with everyone else. Helen, you're absolutely amazing to speak with. You put my mind at ease, and I have to say I'm delighted that I picked it. I mean, there's so much in this course. It still surprises me the amount, but because we overlap on it and we do bits, you know, it's done in such a way that you just get it. You know, you look at it first and read and say, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have time to do this, but it's done in such a way that it works, and it just comes to you then. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
And you reminded me, Ciara, as well, even of our meetup day, and you know, seeing you all practice. Now I know, Amanda, you didn't get to make that day, and it's not mandatory, obviously, for people to come as well. And hopefully, Amanda, we will meet in the future as well, and Linda as well, and Deirdre. You know, but just seeing you guys practice at that, and how amazing your practice was, you know, and we hadn't met before that, and it's just you just, you know, seeing then the magic that's translated over, you know, of how your practice is. Yes, it's just, you just reminded me of that. It came into my mind there.
I'd like to mention that your background as well made me feel more secure in myself by doing it, because it's not just the bio that I want to do. I obviously want to go into the business side of it as well, and I want to bring that and help as many clients as possible. And that made me feel more secure, because you have the knowledge, the wealth of knowledge that you've shared with us already. It's just been really, really good, and it's a good support group. So thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And it's really, you know, my passion, and I say this to anyone who asks me about it as well, like, my passion is just wherever you want to get to, whatever your goals are, whatever you want to achieve with this, we will do whatever we can to get you there, to support you, whether it's looking at the resistance or challenges or barriers that are there, obstacles to help you get to that place. You've seen that anyway. We've been working through that, you know, for anyone who needs it, or on the business side as well. And, you know, within the course and after the course as well, because I stay in touch with our graduates, you know, after the course, we do mentoring and that type of thing as well. So yeah, thanks, Ciara. Thanks for saying that as well. And thanks for sharing. So we have a question there from Ciara. What's this about? This is about bioenergy, because you guys have module 7 coming up, and one of our, I said this last night, one of our exercises is to 90 seconds. What's bioenergy about? What's remote work about? So bioenergy is about looking at balance and release, and it's looking at, you know, reading the physical body energetically, reading the energy fields, the electrical fields that supports the physical body to grow and feed the physical body to stay alive with life force energy, chi and prana. And so guys, you can look at this afterwards and write this down and go, this is my answer from module 7. So, you know, bioenergy is about looking at why there are the imbalances that might be there in our system and what these imbalances are. And a lot of the time it can be to do with shock, trauma, stress, you know, negative emotion, anxiety, overwhelm, whatever it is. The list goes on of what those things may be. And we know how to release them. We know how to, you know, find them and, you know, give them a voice and release them with our bioenergy practice. And on the other side of that, we, if we're treating ourselves or other people who are treating, see balance. They see better well-being, better life vitality in all aspects of their life: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, energetic health. So it's just about having a rounded package of how we can bring. Niamh, you're in the center of my screen, and balance is the word that keeps coming up. So it's like you're balancing. So it's about bringing balance to our lives. And Ciara, if you want to ask anything else about that, just let me know as well. And, you know, if you have any other questions, you can pop them in and we can answer them for you. Okay, so guys, Louise, just to come to you then, just to ask you, you know, so what have been the main, I know I've touched on some of this already, so what have been the main benefits or the learnings for you, you know, that it's how that's translating into your daily life for you and for others around you as well, like the practical side of it, or you know, the day-to-day benefits, that type of thing as well. You're on mute. Sorry, I'm gonna just
Sorry.
there you go.
I suppose for the day-to-day benefits, it is something that becomes part of your life very easily. You know, from, like Anne-Marie said, with your connection, checking things, you're very aware of your own body. I find that, so I know if I'm feeling something, or I'm affected by something, or I've had an encounter with somebody that's left a bit of residue on me or something like that. So it's bringing so much into my own awareness of my own connection, my own groundedness on the earth. For people I work with, like would have my dad would be in kidney failure and heart failure, and it's given me a tool where I feel I can help him, and he sees the benefits and I see it as well. And it's really a gift that I find, that you bring it into your daily life. It's opened your heart, it's opened you to so much more around you, and then you can also share that and help others as well. So I think it's another utter gift and a blessing to bring it into your own life, and then to be able to work with it to help others.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, you know, what's coming to me as well is it's like there's no time like the present, really. You know, it's, you know, when you think about it, because I know myself, even when I've looked to sign up to other things as well, it's like, why delay it?
Mhm.
You know, it's, these benefits can be in our life now. So it's, you know, and with our clients as well, you know, and it reminds me of the remote work even over the last, you know, year and a half or more, you know, or even now, like if somebody, you know, somebody, you know, we have a client booked and they've been exposed to COVID, you know, they have a close contact or they have COVID themselves, they wouldn't be able to go to another treatment or therapy, whereas we can still treat them and support them even when they are going through that, you know, and recovering from it as well. So yeah, it just brings so much that way as well. And Louise, you've worked on you've worked on your animals as well, have you?
Yes, I've done a few animals now, which has been brilliant, and I love animals, so that works. It works great that I'm able to help them. That was surprising. I didn't think that's what I'd be at or getting into. It's just sort of the opportunities to work with them appeared. What I found with bioenergy is how powerful it is to move along, you know, even infections in people, but in animals. And I had one of my cats, only two now, but one of them, he had an infection in his eye, and I just thought, he had an appointment with the vet coming up, but I just thought I'll give it a lash. And I contacted you and I said, okay, you've mentioned animals, how do I go about it? So you sent me through all the information. It was a little bit different, but it was really powerful, and you could see the results. And by the second treatment, like he was a big infection all around his eye, and by the second treatment, it had cleared and burst, and there was no infection in it. So I was absolutely amazed. The cat came in and sat with me. And when he went to the vet, that was just for some his flu or his flea stuff, there was like, there's no infection, all that clears. So it was great that I got to be able to do that intervention myself. And they love it. I've seen it. I'm clearing my own cat space because they don't like each other very much, and bringing peace to the household, which is really nice. So it's been brilliant to work with animals, and it just shows you how bioenergy can be translated in so many different areas and help so many different people and animals and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, and really well done with those sessions as well. You know, it's amazing. And you just, you know, it's, as you said, you give it a lash, you just go for it, you know, because it's, we know how to do the practice. So why wouldn't we use it? Because we know it can bring benefit. Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks,
Well,
Louise.
they loved it too. They loved it.
Yeah, they do. They're so receptive to it. You know, the animals really are. They really, really are. Yeah, amazing. Lorraine, how about you? So what do you feel it's brought into your life, say learnings, benefits, day-to-day things?
Well, I suppose, as the others were saying, it's part of your daily life now. It's not just the course that you study in the evenings or the weekends. It comes in everywhere. I suppose I'm much more aware of my own energy and my own health, even down to the food that I eat and the way we can test now if this is good for our own bodies and simple things like that. And I suppose also if I've some sort of a pain or a worry or a symptom of some sort, instead of going down the conventional medical route, I can we know how to dig down and go, where is this really coming from, or what's the root cause of this, and how can I release it, rather than reaching for a Panadol when I have a headache. There are other ways to go. So that's a really big thing. And also in my work, I work in a very big busy school, so I will regularly clear the energy space in my classroom, clear the energy space of the staff room where so many different people are, and just feeling the difference and seeing the difference even in the children in my room when I can clear the energy space. It's just those daily things, and also the daily gratitude, the self-care is also important. And another really big benefit for me is just connecting with everyone in the class and meeting like-minded people who are on the same path. I suppose in my day-to-day life, I might meet people so much who are interested in the same thing. So it's been really lovely to have the support of yourself and all the others in the class, and just to be able to chat and have like-minded conversations. So I found that really amazing too.
I know you could just sit all day talking about it, couldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. And even the day of the meetup, it was just great.
Yeah.
It just felt so natural and easy to talk to everybody. It's great.
Yeah, thanks, Lorraine. And so, children are so receptive. With talking to Louise with animals there, children are so receptive. It's so fast to work with children as well, with this work as well. So it's amazing that you're able to bring that into your school and into your classroom. Fantastic. Thanks, Lorraine. Niamh, how about you? So what are you finding the benefits are, and day to day, our bigger picture even of how it's helping?
So it's energy hygiene. And the girls have touched on it and the importance of it. So certainly that, I suppose I feel it's there's a sense of a sense of control over environment in a way, insofar as when children are on my children have been unwell, that I can do the check on them. I can get a sense of what's going on. I suppose I believe that the bioenergy is a truly complementary therapy to traditional medicine. So certainly that, like Louise, have enjoyed working on the animals, love working on the children. Like you said, they are really receptive. My son came home from school one of the days, and he told me that one of the other kids had commented that he was running much faster, and he told them, well, that's because my mommy put bioenergy into my feet. So I've been given credit for that. But it's just lovely like that to hear them, without being led. The first session, being told, oh, I feel tickling up my legs, and my belly feels hot, and it's been interesting to hear that. And even their questions, if you explain, they're so open to it. If you explain it to them, like the first session, I was talking my son through what I was doing, and he said to me, but Mommy, I need my energy. Why are you clearing it? Just they've got a really interesting way of looking at things, and it was great for me to try it on him first as my child, because then that prepares you for questions you may be asked. So I've really enjoyed that. The self-care, the importance of self-care, because certainly I had been back to daily meditations, but during summer holidays that had slipped. And back to that, the importance of putting on your own, like the safety announcements, putting on your own mask first, and the energy hygiene, and that control of keeping people balanced, because you can sense. I'm at a stage now where I can sense when people are off, and I suppose when I'm finding stuff and I'm right, or I'm ahead of it turning out to be a medical issue. And that has happened. That still takes me aback. That I can, I've been right about this, and I can do something about it. Yeah. Oh.
And Niamh, you even saying there, as studying this as a student, where you're working with people and you're taking it back, going, oh, that's amazing. That's that's worked. I found that, and that's released, and that person is, giving me feedback. like myself and Aga would say this even in our practices, you know, we're seeing many, many clients for many, many years. And, you know, I'm still, you know, it is amazing. It's always amazing. You know, somebody coming back going, I've total relief from that now. And you're like, you know, this work is just fantastic. And it's the innate healing within someone, you know, it's the magic of that and the activation of that's what's amazing. But that we can facilitate that is just, you know, it's there. I don't think there are no words really that you can put on that. You know, it's priceless really to be able to, you know, bring that, you know, into someone's experience as well. It's amazing. Thanks for sharing, Neve. Thank you so much. So Amanda, how about you? How have you found it now, you know, daily life, coming into your experience, the benefits and learnings, what benefit, and, you know, for daily practical things as well?
Yeah, I guess something that just popped into my head is just, you know, just the ability to be able to boost somebody's immune system, and to do that regularly for somebody, whether it's pre-op or post-op, you know, to have that skill alone, apart from anything else, is amazing. And again, I suppose for me, I've really enjoyed delving into the biology side of things that I suppose I never allowed myself or had the time to do before, or the reason to, and to, you know, start researching, you know, different conditions, you know, different ailments, symptoms, and that's really interesting. And you could, you know, just get lost for hours. Yes, searching all the time, or constantly now thinking, what could that be, or could that be something that could be helped by, you know, bio, a curiosity all the time now, which is really good. And for myself, yeah, just again, the energy awareness and keeping on top of that, which hadn't happened before. And the EFT is amazing. And you know, to have those skills, it's just great to carry with you day to day. Yeah, I guess overall self-awareness has been an amazing journey too. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. And it's, you know, some of you have mentioned, and you've touched on it there, Amanda, as well. It's this being able to tune into stuff so easily. You know, I remember years ago, you know, if I pain in my hip, I could be walking around for days with a pain in my hip. You know, tell somebody I meet, oh, pain in my hip. Tell somebody in the family, pain in my hip. And a few weeks later, you could be still walking around with a pain in your hip. Whereas now it's like straight away we have the awareness, my body's trying to talk to me, you know, and it's been able to tune into that to see what it's trying to say and what it's trying to release, you know, and really just bringing that faster awareness so that we can bounce back quicker. So life's still going to happen around us, but we can bounce back quicker to a more balanced experience as well. Really, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. And the checklists are so, you know, there's so much in them that, you know, you're bound to find, you know, keep delving.
Don't we?
The print gets smaller, but the information gets bigger.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, exactly. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Amanda. Anne-Marie, how about you? So and I know you've touched on this as well with some of the things that you've been saying, but, you know, day-to-day life, anything else that you'd like to add to, you know, what has brought into your day-to-day experience?
Well, overall, probably my outlook on life has become a lot more positive. I'm more accepting of myself and others. My concentration and my energy levels are so much higher than they used to be. I could sleep for Ireland, but the Qigong now every day, you know, midday, 3 o'clock slump, it's been brilliant. And then, like, for others, being able to, you know, if someone else is not feeling well, you don't have to go to the house, they don't have to come to your house. You can do your healing sessions over, you know, online, remotely. It's just a brilliant tool to have. Benefits all around.
Yeah. And the fact that you're able to bring it into your work in so many ways as well is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's just brilliant. And it's back to that, it's sharing, isn't it, really?
Yeah. The only thing I find like the testing, being able to test allergies is brilliant, but not when it comes to holding chocolate in front of you and asking, is this good? Is this good for my body? That's probably that's not a benefit.
Yeah. Well, we know from our craving session what we do there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, look, we have to have our little vices in life as well. We're only human as well, you know. Yeah. Thanks, Anne-Marie. So Ciara, how about you? How have you found it? So, you know, daily experience,
Yeah.
what learnings and benefits? How do you find it's helped you out?
Well, I think it's very impressive to be able to connect with not only your own subconscious, but somebody else's subconscious. I think when I first heard that, I was thinking, wow, how can you do this? Also, I have ulcerative colitis, so my own condition personally has been so much better since I started bioenergy. I feel energy work full stop is great for anyone, not just, I mean, when you're given a session, you're also receiving yourself, so that does help. I found that when I was swapping classes, you know, like doing different sessions with people, that I was doing a lot of release work, and as a result of that, I used to always have a bloated stomach. So for whatever reason, I don't know, but I don't have that anymore. So whatever is happening, it's obviously healing and it's good. So for me personally, it's good in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, yeah, it just brings so much release, you know, in so many different areas of our lives as well. Yeah. And it's great that you guys, you know, that you have this to even just practice on yourselves. You know, we don't need to wait to go to somebody else, you know, and then you have the other benefit as well, that you can swap with each other, you know, which is amazing to have that, you know. So you're going to be with expert therapists after you graduate, able to swap with each other, which is just amazing, you know. Yeah, thanks a million. Thanks for sharing, Ciara. Okay, so Louise, just to come to you about, you know, your hopes, your dreams, what are you looking to do with your bioenergy after you graduate? So, you know, December is coming up and graduation day is coming up soon. So what are you really hoping from your heart space to do with this?
To really do as much work as I can. I think it complements very much the work that I already do as a therapist. And I think for me, I really want to come out. I have a business in the private sector in education, and I think for me, working in therapy has always been a food for my soul. Now that I have and will be qualifying in as a trainer or a healer or therapist in bioenergy, I really want to sort of get out there and promote it a lot more. I've never really promoted my business before on this side of things, and that's what I really want to do, is get out and help as many people as possible and let go of stuff we don't need to carry any longer. So that would be my plans to get into full-time business with it really in the new year.
And here you are promoting your business publicly.
Oh, thank you very much. As soon as I figure out a name, Helen.
Yeah. And you know, you're reminding me, Louise, as well, because I know you've practiced on a huge amount of people, you know, during the course as well. It's like you end up building up a client base, as even if you don't want to work in this as a business, if you're just doing it with family and friends, you end up maybe building up a queue of people. If it's not just, you know, a client base, if you're going to work in it, it's a client base, but it's a queue of people if it's family and friends, because you know, the word spreads fast. When somebody's getting benefit, you know, somebody has, you know, pain in their knee or pain in their leg or whatever it is, or anxiety or, you know, digestive issues, you know, Ciara, that you were talking about as well. If somebody has that and they can see that you, as you're going through this course, can bring release to somebody for that, you know, that word spreads fast. And people, you know, I know even when I've gone for different treatments, you know, you're not bothered about what it is a lot of the time. It's just like, if it can help you out, that's all you care about, you know, that you're going to feel well on the other side of it. So yeah, so it's amazing you get that interaction with people, that you have that client base, you know, you have that level of interest. So when you're ready to take off in January, Louise, and we will be promoting your business for you, you know, you're ready to go. You have the client list there, you know.
Yeah, and you know what, whether people understand it or not, it's the benefit that they receive, and that's what's brilliant about it. Like, whether, doesn't matter age, cat, dog, they're not necessarily come back, but they'll get it anyhow. But the other people that have, it's lovely to see that you can help them and they're coming back because of that. So yeah, it speaks for itself. So thank you very much, Helen, for this opportunity, and I really appreciate it. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, sure, I'm delighted you're doing this, and I can't wait to see your business coming through to promote it for you.
Very much. No pressure then.
Watch this space. I'm delighted for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
And thanks a million. Lorraine, how about you? So hopes and dreams, what are you hoping to do? What is your heart calling you to do with your bioenergy? And I know your goals have changed a bit as you've gone through the course as well.
Yeah, so I suppose I hope to do, maybe I'd start off part-time bioenergy alongside my teaching, and then who knows, maybe it might might become more of a full-time thing for me. Like if I'm following my heart, it definitely is calling me. It's I enjoy it. I love it so much. And I'm seeing the benefit that it's bringing to myself and to the people I'm working on. And like that, when you are getting people saying to you, I feel so much better, and this is gone, and this is released for me, and it really makes it real, and I can really feel I can really help people with this. So yeah, I want to bring it as far as I can go. What that's going to look like exactly, I'm not too sure yet. Like I've been teaching for a long time now, nearly 20 years, so it's a big decision maybe to leave the permanent pensionable department job and go in another direction. But you only have one life, and you have to follow your heart and do what's right. So I'm definitely going to be working in one way or another, but we'll see what shape that takes.
Yeah, we'll be keeping in touch to see what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's just amazing that you have it anyway to bring in, with how you want to do it for now. Anyway, it's because I suppose this type of training it fits all shapes and sizes. You can bring it in any way that you want. It's all individual to each one of us. What that looks like, and that's the amazing part of it as well. Thanks, Lorraine. Ciara, how about you? What are you hoping to do with your bioenergy when you graduate?
So at first, maybe for a year or two, just to get as many clients and help as many people as I can and become more confident in myself for business wise. Then maybe after 2 years, open up and maybe teach. I didn't think I would have liked online teaching first, but after doing this and it went so smoothly and I learned so quickly, I think I will go into the online. I think it's great. I think it's great for anyone to do, and it gives you a bigger spectrum of people as well to go with. So yeah, I think that's the aim.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more the message spreads, the better as well. Yeah, amazing. Thanks for sharing, Ciara. Anne-Marie, how about you? So what are you looking to do and hoping to do, and what is your heart calling you to do when you graduate?
I had no idea that I would be sitting here 8 months ago saying that I would want to set up my own business in bioenergy. Unbelievable. But I'm actually still working full time at the moment, but I'm in the process of cutting down my hours, and I'm going to do the bioenergy maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and to start off with, see where it goes. I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I don't want to stress about it. I'm just going to see what flows into me, what flows. But everything is falling into place. I do have a room that I do practice or do all my case studies in, and I just take a few hours a week to go and study in it. So I kind of do have a room in Gorey. It's in the Palms Health and Wellbeing Centre in Gorey. So that's a good starting point for where it's going to lead. But no pressure. I'm just going to go.
Lovely. And I'm looking forward to advertising for you as well, for all of you. As soon as, you're ready to go, it's, getting the word out there and supporting you to get the word out there as well. Yeah, that's amazing. So it's what's it called again, Anne-Marie? The Palms
Health and Wellbeing Centre. In Gorey.
Okay, lovely. Sounds lovely.
It's a lovely place, yeah. And I've got one little room. I only have it like half a day a week for now, but look, see where it goes. It's my self-care room.
But it's amazing, the vision is created when you can visualize what a next step is and that type of thing to be able to take action on it.
And I just found everything just kind of falls into place without even having to rush out and want it and grab it. It's just happening. So I'm not stopping it. I'm just going to let it be. Yeah.
And if it's right, it's light. If it's right, it feels light. And if it's easy, it's right. Yeah. Things flow on our path easy. It's usually meant to be. Yeah. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Thanks a million. I'm looking forward to seeing what it grows into in the future as well.
Me too. Me too. Thank you.
Thanks a million. And Amanda, how about you? So what are you hoping to do with things when you graduate, and how are you looking to bring it into your life in the future?
Well, yeah, the plan is to let things move at their own pace. I think I'm working part-time, so I think gradually I can hopefully combine both. I think maybe to move that forward a little bit more and build up some more experience, confidence, and clients, and hopefully, over time, things will start moving maybe in a different direction. Look, I'm open to what lies ahead with it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, amazing. And it's keeping in touch with us and letting you know, we're obviously going to be in touch in the next few months as well, but it's keeping in touch, and letting us know how that grows. And if, anybody, with your businesses, obviously after you graduate as well, this, this anyway from our classes, the support is always there as well in the future, in whatever shape or form you need that if you do want to connect back in to do that as well. So yeah, so exciting times ahead, Amanda.
Yeah, thanks, Helen.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, thanks so much. And Niamh, I'm gonna just unmute there for you. So how about you? So I know you've other skills as well that you're hoping to combine in. So what does it look like for you of how you want to bring this into your future?
I think it definitely will work with the coaching. I think once you're balanced and released, go back to balance. I really do think a client, same for myself, I work through things much easier when that work is done. So when I'm in balance, everything is smoother. So not sure what shape it will take just yet. I'm going to keep at it. Definitely we'll keep at family and friends. Hopefully we'll expand out beyond that. But not quite sure what shape that is, what way that's going to look like just at the moment. But hopefully, I'll be able to expand out.
Yeah. And I think the inspirations always come through at the right time, when we're ready to have the space in our life to see them through on the other side. Because if the inspirations are coming through, and we need to take action on those, we need the time and space in our lives to be able to do that as well. So they always come through at the right time.
Yeah, we're hoping to build soon, so that's a commitment. That's something that's going to need attention in the immediate term. So hopefully after that, I'll have space in my head to think beyond bricks and mortar. But, yeah, that's it. But my dad paid me a great compliment last week, and he told me that my moves were just like yours.
What did he?
So I took that as a massive, massive, massive compliment, Helen. So thank you. Thank you both.
That's going from you starting out with in the beginning. I don't know if I can do my left or my right. So, and look at you now.
No, I had to put L for left on my left hand and write it and I remember coming out of the room for lunch, my daughter asking me if I had gotten tattoos on my hands. So it was a massive compliment from Dad. Yeah, it truly was. Yeah.
I hope he's well. Tell him I was asking for himself.
Well, of course. Well, of course.
Yeah.
He's loving his treatments. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And it is such a gift to be able to share this with our families as well. I even know my own family when I started practicing, and now as well, it's such a privilege even to hold that space with somebody, to work with them as well. That someone is willing to allow us into their space, to support them in that way as well when we practice with them. Like, you guys know now, it's just a beautiful, beautiful space that we go into when we're in that zone of doing that practice again. And the movements are sort of supplementary to what's actually happening within the session. And I know in the beginning, it's, a lot about thinking of where's my left hand, where's my right hand, what am I doing? But once you come out of that zone and the movements feel very natural, it's really just about the energy flow. And that's really what we're focused on, more than the movements are just encouraging the energy flow. So it's like a dance, really, isn't it, when you get into the practice over time as well. So guys, this has been such a beautiful, sharing time with you, and huge appreciation for your openness in sharing your stories and, your hopes and dreams of what you want to do with this, and, all of the details, and allowing us into your lives in some shape or form, in a way with this as well, to see how this has come into your lives, and how you're using it in your lives. And really, it grounds it into reality as well, because energy can seem a little bit out there sometimes, and how do I bring that into my daily experience? And you guys have been able to put a shape on that, with how you've described it and what you've shared this evening as well. So huge appreciation to you for that as well. And I hope you've had fun and you've enjoyed this sharing experience. And for anybody you know, watching in as well. If you're interested in training in this, our next course starts on the 13th of November. I'll drop the link into the comments below as well. If you'd like to take part in a free workshop to try it out. Some people like to dip their toe in the water first. You know, you've heard some of the guys mention here as well, some of the girls mention here as well, that you know, they tried it out in that way first as well. So it's a nice way to experience it too. So if you are interested, you know, drop your comments in, you know, or feel free to contact us to chat about it as well. Or if you want to put any comments in for anybody here who's on this call this evening that you'd like them to answer any questions for you, I'm sure you guys will be happy to come in and do that as well. You know, everyone's open to sharing. I get our team member, I get, thank you so much, my lovely colleague, for being here with us as a support as well, as always. Huge love to you, and to all you guys as well, you know, huge love to you for taking part in this as well. And for anyone who's connecting in with us this evening, just thanks for being here. Thanks for connecting with us. Thanks for being open to bioenergy, to listening about bioenergy, to being open, you know, opening your hearts to this energy work as well. So we hope we get to connect with you soon, and, you know, just stay in touch, keep in the loop with our Facebook group and our community. And, you know, you have future practitioners here in front of you as well, if you want treatments for people as well, you know, and we'll always share, you know, all of our graduates and their businesses as they go through the program and after the program as well, you know, to help promote where they are. And everyone here is practicing remotely. So, you know, if you want sessions with people, you don't have to travel, you can access them from wherever you are. It's just amazing. You know, everything is energy, you know. So guys, any last words from anybody, or how are you all doing?
Just thank you so much for the support from start to finish. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Helen.
You're so welcome, Ciara. Always.
Here, absolutely. Thank you so much, Helen. I've just been such support all the way through, all the time. And we're always bombarding you with questions all the time. And you're always, yeah, it's always so full of knowledge and support, and it's brilliant. Thank you both.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And you know, that's what we're here for, and that's what we want this program to be. You know, that whoever trains in this can feel like they have the confidence to use it as they go through the program. Whatever challenges are there that are, you know, not allowing them to use it in the way they want to, we work through those, we release those, and really just allowing you to step into your own power with this work as well, that you can have the full benefit from it. Like it's really grounding it into real world reality for us as well, in how this can, you know, infiltrate and just become part of our daily lives. And it becomes a way of life, really, doesn't it? You know, in how we use this work and how we manage our own lives and how we look at our own lives. So yeah, you're always welcome, you know, and you know we're always here for you, always. You know, we love the questions. I love the questions coming through. It's all learning, you know, that's what it's about, all learning. So guys, thank you so much for this evening. So anyone connecting in, you know, feel free to drop us any, you know, any comments or messages into the chat below. And we hope to connect with you soon. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Talk to you soon. And thank you so much for being here with us as well. Love and light to everyone, and chat to you soon. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.